you up here bragging about,
what's going on?
oh yeah, how you handle your business as a man. You swinging for the fences. You know how to talk about it. And he ain't had none in a while. It may be months, and hey, it might even be years. And you talk about how you laying down the.
Hey fam, it's Jazz.
And it's Jaden.
And we're coming to you live
With the vibe.
Come join the tribe.
What tribe?
J
tribe? J?
You know?
Hey.
Hey fam, so today we're going to be talking about friendships after marriage.
Ooh, this is a spicy topic right here.
Oh yeah. Because as we know, friendships do change after you get married.
Yeah, they sure do.
Yes. I mean, I know for myself, I definitely experienced, friendship shifts, some distance between me and my friends. And it was because of my marriage, it's because of my relationship. How about yourself?
Yeah, absolutely. Because we got to remember, we were single at some point. Me and my friends were single. But now that I'm married, there's certain things that we can't talk about, certain things that they can't relate with me. It's just a whole different stage of my life. So yeah, the relationship, it does go through some changes.
That's a fact, for sure.
I should say the friendship that I have with my friends goes through some changes.
Yeah.
If I said that.
Yeah, no, that's a fact, Things go through changes. Some of the things that maybe you used to do, you're not doing as much anymore. So it definitely can cause some challenges, for sure. Well,
For sure.
That brings us to our first topic.
Ooh.
Common changes in friendships after marriage. So yeah, what are some common changes in friendships that happen after marriage? As we were talking about a little bit earlier, about, some of the shifts, some of the things that we're no longer really doing anymore. For instance, me and my girls, we used to go out, We were single, we were just having a good time. We would go out to different lounges and things like that. We'd be going downtown. And I'm talking pretty much every weekend. During the time period between the ages of 21 to 22, I met my husband when I was 23. But during those time periods, those 2 years, we were going out. We were 21, so we were just, we're trying to live our life. I mean, we would be going out on weekdays as well, We didn't have any kind of real responsibilities at that age, and we were single, so we were just really trying to enjoy ourselves, going out, doing things. But obviously, once I met my husband, things started to take a shift. I started noticing that my friends weren't very happy about the change, about me not being able to go out as much, about me talking to them less. And now all of a sudden, instead of you and your best friend being like this all the time, well, now there's some space, and now you're starting to spend more time with your significant other, and now you're starting to ditch your friendship time a little bit for your relationship time, and I know for myself and my personal experience, that did cause some friction between me and my best friend at the time.
So are you saying that you had a friend or you had friends that experienced jealousy because of our relationship?
Yeah, I did. I think that when you sometimes when someone's used to you being a certain way, and then you change, or maybe they feel like you've kind of outgrown them, that could lead to some jealousy.
They want to be able to be in a similar situation as you, both single, and then once you found me, it's kind of
yeah, it was a change, right? Because now I'm not single. Now I'm not able to, give this person all of my time and attention like I was before. And so that can cause some jealousy, because now it's well, wait a minute. Now, me as a friend, now I'm not able to get in contact with you as much, and you're not able to do all the things that you were doing with me before, or if I you know, because I was, you know, I would consider myself a good friend. So like I would just, if my friend was in need of something, like I would drop what I was doing and help them out. So yeah, but that, you know, that started to change because now my time is occupied. You know, I'm spending more time with my man. So it created.
And I'm glad to take the blame for that.
And ultimately, if you want your relationship to work out, obviously you're gonna have to start spending some time with that person, right? So yeah, it was just a complete shift for me and my friend because we really did used to hang out all the time.
Now, would you say that the change happened when we were in a relationship, or it changed once we were married?
Well, it started changing when we were in a relationship. That was the start.
You guys experienced that? Sure. Yeah, feel free. If you guys have got similar experiences, feel free to leave your comments.
Leave it down in the comments. Let us know. What were your guys' experience? Once you got into a relationship, not to mention in a marriage with your significant other,
right.
How was there a shift? Was there a change between you and your friends? Let us know.
Yeah. And from my perspective, yes. Once I got married, when we we tied that knot, oh yeah, the friendship that I had, in particular with I would say my best friend, the friend that I grew up with, we was childhood friends. Yeah, it changed. Now, it didn't change as much, to be a buck with you. It's a little different from your situation, but when we were in a relationship, it's not like me and him, like our relationship just drastically changed. Yes, I was more busy, more occupied, spending time with you, but it wasn't like this drastic change. So maybe ours is a little different, but once we tied that knot, once we got rings on our fingers, yes, I started making less time. Hey, I keep it a buck. Hey, I stopped trying to go out and hang out and go to the club and go to the mall and spend the night. I remember because we childhood friends, and I remember spending the night, on the weekend, spend the night on Friday night, come home Sunday afternoon. Then eventually I spend the night, one night, 2 days. And then when we got married, I come back the same day. Like I hang out Friday night, I'm back Friday night. So, because I just didn't want to sleep in this house or whatever. I didn't want to sleep. I didn't want to go over there and do that. I'd rather just come back home. And honestly, it's like we trying to still go to the club because he's single. And, I'm married, so I feel like out of place. I feel like I don't belong in the club. Like, why am I in the club? Yes, I was his wingman. Yeah, we used to, it's always cool hanging out. But it just, the club is played out. I feel like I outgrown the club. No disrespect to anybody who likes the nightlife. It's just, I felt like I grown out of that. Like, that phase was over. I felt like I graduated from that. As, was it Tia? It was a curriculum.
No,
I feel like it was a curriculum in my life. I graduated and moved on.
Yeah.
So why me as a married man? Why am I in the club? Like, I'm here hanging out with my friend. I'm having a drink, and it's cool because he doesn't drink, and I don't drink. I don't consider myself a drinker, but I like just a little drink or whatever. I always get the same thing, just keep it light. But he becomes the driver. He becomes the designated driver, and I'm always a designated driver. So it's cool that he's a designated driver. That's one of the things I did like when we would hang out while I was married, because he can drive and I can have one drink and try to bear the night.
Loosen up.
Yeah, try to loosen up because I don't want to be here. Loud music, people was dirty. I don't know. I think COVID taught me a lesson, and COVID was terrible, but it taught me I don't want to be around y'all. Respectfully, it's some dirty people.
That's a fact.
There's a lot of scents going on, a lot of germs, and I don't know. I was out there feeling it. I know. Going long-winded.
No,
sorry, man. But yeah, I was tired of trying to do the nightlife thing. I'm married. What am I doing here? And I'm trying to help him out, be his wingman. And let's play it out.
Yeah. No, I definitely know what you mean. Once you get married, there's like a shift, because it's like I'd rather just be chilling with the person that I'm with. I'd rather be chilling with my significant other. Why am I going out to the club? Being around people that are intoxicated, being around people that, could be a little bit shifty, So it's like, why am I here? I'm comfortable. with my man when we're at home, you know. So
And when they see that ring, that don't mean that they're not going to try to make a move on
because they will. Trust me, they will still make that move. They don't care.
Mm-hmm. It's like another notch in their belt. Oh yeah, I'm gonna pull up on this married man or pull up on this married woman.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
it's a shame.
Yeah.
It's a shame. There's definitely some creeps out there. So, yeah, be careful out there. But,
So to answer that, sorry.
No.
But to answer that, there were some changes that I went through.
Yeah, both of us, for sure. Slightly different changes, you
Yeah.
know. Like for myself, you know, me and my close friends at that time, we would hang out like all the time. So it was just different, you know. And I think whereas for you guys, you know, you guys would still like talk on the phone and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But as far as like physically hanging out, they would still do that like occasionally. Like it wasn't quite the same because we would hang out. Me and my best friends, like we would hang out like almost every day during the week, you know. So yeah. All right, so let's go ahead on, and we're gonna go on to the next thing that's very common when it comes to friendships after marriage.
All right.
Yes.
The importance of friendships in marriage.
Ooh, yeah.
Who's tackling this one first?
Well, you know what? I'll go ahead on and tackle it first. Yeah, it is important to have friendships after marriage. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to start isolating yourself where it's like you just completely cutting your friends off. You're just completely cutting all your ties to everybody off just for your relationship. I think that's very unhealthy.
Yeah, I would agree. I believe it's important to hold on to friendships that are worth holding on to. Now, some friendships are not.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes you gotta cut them off.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's like a time, it's a season. It's like, hey, we had our fun. You know, this is theoretically speaking, you know, us boys, we had our fun hanging out and living a single life. But it's like when you get married, they say you settle down.
Mm-hmm.
That's how they phrase it. But to me, married life is it's the best life, y'all. It's amazing to be married.
Yes.
And it's like certain friendships, are they even friendships? So it's like
Yeah.
we should take that time to evaluate our so-called friendships.
Uh-huh.
Is it this person is using me? Is this person bringing negative energy? Is this person keeping me down? Are they calling me too much? They trying to hang out with me all the time?
Mm-hmm.
So you may have to make some changes in order to hold on to your relationship.
Yeah.
And as a result, they're going to actually respect you. If they love you and they care about you and they want to maintain the friendship that you have, they're going to respect you. They're going to respect your time. They're going to respect the fact that you're married.
Yeah.
And if they're not, well, maybe they got some selfish problems.
Yeah. 100%. 100%. You know.
Maybe they're a liability. Maybe they're clingy, or maybe they're just not good for you.
Yeah. 100%. Maybe they're a user, right?
They're a user. Yes, I've experienced that.
Me too. Me as well. Mm-hmm. You know, I noticed that you'll start seeing people's true colors when you can't be easily available for them as you maybe once were. You know, if they're not able to, you know, technically use you for some reason, you know, and honestly, using somebody, it could be like a good thing or it could be a bad thing.
Mm-hmm.
I know a lot of times when you hear the word like using, it always comes off with a negative connotation.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, like if you think about a friendship, well, that friendship should be useful in some way, right?
So are we using each other?
Yeah.
Yeah, we definitely using each other. You scratch my back, I scratch yours. Well, I'll scratch your back.
I'll scratch yours too.
I'll be scratching. No.
No, it's true. You
So,
know, you're in a friendship or even a relationship so that you can use somebody. You know,
right.
for one reason
Yeah.
or another, right? You're using them for a friendship. You're using them to hang out. You're using them to talk to on your free time. So yeah, but when a friend can no longer use you or in the way that they would like to use you, whether that be you can't go out with them every single day, or you know they can't be on the phone with you as long anymore, or you know you're not able to drop everything you're doing when they need you to anymore. You know,
Mm-hmm.
you'll start to see, okay, maybe that friendship wasn't as healthy as I thought it was.
Right.
You know, and those type of friendships are good, in my opinion, to let go.
Mm-hmm.
I had to do it. You know, and
Hey,
it's
you got
hard.
a witness right here. I had to cut some people off.
It's
Respectfully.
hard. It's not.
I
easy.
wish them the best.
For sure, me too.
But
And-
we just met. It just came to a point where, hey, I gotta make a right. You gotta make a left. And,
because we're just not going the same way anymore.
Right.
Yeah.
We're not really even benefiting each other.
Exactly. We just got two different objectives now.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, that's one of the things that happens after you get married. You start reevaluating things, reevaluating the people who are in your life now, because things are changing, things are shifting. And you start seeing whether or not someone is happy for you or if someone is not, you know?
And also, too, like, you're able to share your perspective, and it allows me to look at it from like a 360 vision. Because like sometimes, you know your boy, you guys, you grew up together, and you guys have those memories together. But sometimes you don't realize that you're being used, and you giving me that game, you giving me that wisdom, that perspective. Not saying that you're messy or anything, but you sharing your wisdom and your perspective on the fact that, hey, your so-called boy is using you. It allowed me to reevaluate our friendship.
Yeah, because I was in the same situation. The only reason why I knew is because I experienced it. And, I know we've all heard, the older people or like our parents will say like, oh, that person, that's not your friend, and a lot of times it's like you don't want to believe it. I know my mom, for instance, with some of my friends, she would say that to me. And hey, lo and behold, I ended up finding that out once I got into a relationship.
You know what I believe it is? I believe it's a mother or a woman's intuition. It's a woman's intuition. It's scientifically investigated. It's a phenomenon, a woman's intuition. I noticed that with my mama too. Like, she was like, oh yeah, that person ain't good. You need to cut that person off.
Yeah. It's like they
Intuition.
know, and you're too close in the situation. So it's like,
oh yeah, I'm right here. I know they good. No, I trust them. It's all
good. Like, that's my friend right there. What you mean?
Nah.
No, it's crazy. But once you get into a relationship, especially a marriage, you'll start to see those true colors, because you'll start to see, are they happy for me? Are they rooting for me? Are they encouraging my relationship?
Yeah, because some so-called friends, they don't want you to do, quote unquote, better than them. Mm-hmm. They want you in the same situation. They don't want to see you being successful or doing your thing and shining. They want you in the dumps where they're at. I hate to put it that way, but I gotta be honest.
I know. It's unfortunate, but I'm sure some of you guys understand what we're talking about.
Yeah, jealousy can creep up on anybody. We just gotta cut it off and get rid of it if them feelings do come to us. We gotta check it at the door and throw it away. Toss them thoughts in the garbage where they belong. Because jealousy can creep up on anybody.
Yeah, 100%.
When you feel like you liking something, but then you know somebody, your friend, and like they having everything that you want. Like they have a man and they're married, they look happy, they're doing things, and it's like, man, I wish I had it.
Yeah.
I wish I had a woman like that. See, jealousy can creep up on you.
Jealousy could creep up, and now all of a sudden, you're not as dependent on that person anymore, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I know sometimes, with your close friends, it's like, man, that's like your sister or something like that. So it's like, you're dependent on them in a sense, right? You're dependent on them when you're hanging out, when you're, when you're alone, because when you're single, you don't have, a significant other to really hold on to like that. So,
do you think friends feel like betrayed, maybe? Because it's like, I knew you before you was married, and now that you're married, you acting different. Like,
well, that definitely.
Like, I know all your secrets. I know your dirt. I know your baggage. And all of a sudden, you get married, happily ever after. And then you start flipping the script. You start changing on me. So I don't know if they be feeling betrayed. I'm trying to look at it objectively on both sides. But.
Yeah. They probably might feel betrayed or whatever the case may be. But ultimately, if you know your friend is happy, you're supposed to, if you're a true friend, you're supposed to want the best for your friend at the end of the day, right? If my friend is happy in their relationship, my friend is doing better now, it's like, well, wouldn't I want that for my friend, And ultimately, I know that my friend wants to be married.
You don't want him to be miserable like me.
So it's kind of like...
single and chasing the club life.
It's like, no. I know that if I know that my friend is happy, I'm going to be happy for my friend and understand that, as time goes on, things are going to change. Like, just because a person that you knew and like when you were in your school days, in your early 20s, has changed, Well, I mean, that should be just obvious. That should just be something that you know is going to happen over time.
Yeah, we develop, we evolve over time. So, like me, like with my best friend growing up, it's like when we were in middle school, it's like we just want to play video games, play basketball, and watch wrestling or whatever. But then when you grow up, you get older, you start just developing as an individual, as an adult, and you start having your own beliefs, and you start just having differences. So it's kind of hard to hold on to those memories, and we shouldn't look at that person like, okay, well that's my boy, so I'm going to just hold on to like what he used to be. But let's just hold on to this relationship that I think that we have, even though this person is clearly using you, or they do not have your best interest.
Yeah.
Or they even be a hater. They might even talk about you behind your back.
And that definitely happens, unfortunately.
But you're holding on to this idea
Yeah.
of this 13-year-old or 12-year-old that you used to hang out with. And
Yeah.
she was 12 at the time too.
Yeah, you're just kids, right?
Yeah.
So you're just
You
thinking
just want
about
some candy and some video games.
You're thinking about those good memories that you have with that person. And it's funny because sometimes people stay in like relationships for too long because of those good times. Like, I remember
days.
I remember those good times. But if those good times are no longer there anymore, like a relationship or like a friendship, sometimes you have to let it go.
But to answer the question, I do believe it's important to hold on to the friendships that we have.
100%.
I do not believe that, like, you're my only friend and that's it. Like you're my best friend. Clearly, everybody else,
my best friend as well.
y'all gotta fall back.
There's a pecking order.
For sure. It's the queen right now. But everybody else, is important that we connect with others. We have to connect with people.
Yes.
And have and develop relationships, because it's all about connecting with people and also serving one another, helping one another, loving one another. So.
Yeah. 100%.
But we also remember, we gotta respect my time, because you get my time, and some of y'all, hey, we can't be hanging out and all that, but we keep in touch. Like, if you're gonna call me, I do not like speaking on the phone no more. I used to, but I dread it now. I do not want to talk on the phone. I'm sorry, I don't want to do it. But hey, if it's important, call me. Don't waste my time if it's not important. Don't call me about some gossip. You want to do some gossip? Make your YouTube page. Okay, so other people who want to watch gossip, they can check that out. Please, help me, please. Do not put me through that suffering. I do not want to hear your gossip. And that's what I experienced as well.
Yeah.
With certain friends, where it's like they're just gossiping.
Yeah.
And these are males gossiping. I don't know what era that we're in.
Man, I know. We're in an interesting era.
Come on now. So it just comes to the point where it's like, okay, if you don't call me, make sure it's worth it. Like, value my time.
Yeah.
Like, respect me, and I'm gonna respect you, out of love.
Yeah.
But hey, we can connect on social media as well. So, hit me up in IG, or hit me up in my text, or YouTube or whatnot. But please do not waste my time.
Yeah, 100%.
But it's important that we connect with other people.
100%. If you have a good, healthy friendship, please don't let it go because you're married, right? Like, you need other outlets outside of your spouse.
You do. Absolutely.
I know for myself, like, I could be with my husband all the time, but I know that that's not really healthy, right?
I can be with you all the time. And as much as we say that, or we would like to say that, we realize that, hey,
that's not healthy.
We need some space,
Yeah. We need some space from each other.
Yeah.
We need some absence to make the heart grow fonder.
There it is. Hey, that's true. It's true.
Yes. So if you do have a healthy friendship, make sure you hold on to it. Make sure you do designate some time to spend with your friends.
As much as I want to be up under you, I know you're going to get tired of me. We're going to start getting
vice
arguments
versa,
about
right?
stuff. Why are we even arguing about something we agree on?
I was like, oh, okay, it's because we've been around each other for
We've
so
been
long.
around each other for so long. Just,
Yeah, that's
for sure.
such a fact.
I think we should get to the next one, man.
I agree.
Nailing these questions.
All right. That actually brings us to our next topic. So, balancing friendships in marriage. So, like we were talking about, when you have a healthy friend, make sure you're making some time for that healthy friend, Do you want to tell some tips or something that people can do?
Absolutely. Please, do not tell your friends all your business.
Yes.
Example, we're going on the bedroom, That stay in the bedroom.
Yes.
Don't be telling your friends what y'all be doing.
Mm-hmm.
That's between us and married people. I know you understand. You know what it is. But that's my tip. That's my advice. Do not tell your friends what y'all be doing in the bedroom.
Yeah.
It's problematic. It's just wrong in general. It's just wrong. Number one, it's none of their business.
Yeah.
That is sacred. What goes on in the bedroom is sacred.
100%.
What does it say in the scriptures in the Bible? The bedroom is undefiled. I don't think it says that, but it says something about the bedroom is undefiled. Something like that.
Yeah. And to me...
But it's a symbol of our love that is private, that is between us. So, number one, it's just none of their business. And number two, it can cause jealousy.
It can.
So, you up here... you up here bragging about,
what's going on?
Oh yeah, how you handle your business as a man, you know what it is, right? Oh yeah, you swinging for the fences, you know how to talk about it. And he ain't had none in a while, it may be months, and hey, it might even be years. And you talking about how you laying down the wood. I don't think that's he's gonna sit well with that. I think that's gonna make him mad.
100%, because I mean,
like, hey, boy, let me tell you, bro, let me tell you about last night.
Let me tell you, girl. Let me tell you what happened.
Boy, let me tell you. No.
Listen.
And he can't understand. He ain't had them.
I mean, that can definitely cause.
But you was one bragging. You know you're wrong. We know we shouldn't be.
You know
we shouldn't be.
Listen, as much as you may even want to talk about it, because you enjoyed yourself, okay?
Yeah.
But listen.
Yeah. And then you had one of them LeBron nights. You put up 60, or Michael Jordan. So you put up 63 points.
Listen.
Against the Celtics in the playoffs. Like, you have one of them nights, but
listen,
your friend's on the bench. Not even playing.
Man, not even in the game.
Not even in the game.
Yeah, you just. Or maybe they are in a relationship, but it's just not quite the same. You know what I'm saying? Like, because sometimes they'll tell you certain
it's a relationship, and it's no disrespect to relationships, but marriage, that's
that next.
It's
level.
the next level.
That's that next level. Let me let you know.
It's what God wants for us. God wants us to be married. And no disrespect to relationships, because that's where it begins. Like,
that's
like before we got married, we were in a relationship. So.
100%. So I 100% agree with you, babe.
And don't be messy. Do not brag about how you do.
Just don't. When it comes up, listen, because it will happen. Your friend might be talking about a situation that they were in, or whatever the case may be. And if they tell you about it, just okay, yeah. But there's no need for you to start talking about yourself. You know what I'm saying? There's no need for you to be like, oh yeah, well let me tell you about us. No, just let them talk, okay, and then change the subject. To be honest with you, that's what I do. I really don't try to talk about those type of topics when it comes to my friends. I try to change the subject, talk about something else.
Yeah. Also, too, if I may, practical tips. Hey, if you have to, make time, schedule time to hang out with your boys. Hey, if you're a part of a church or a congregation. And for example, I'm just using this as an example.
Yeah.
But if you're part of a men's group, make sure that you make time. If it's like every Thursday, there's certain men in the church you guys get together. Like, make sure that you attend those men's meetings, because that way, you guys can talk about guy stuff. You guys can talk about sports. You can talk about faith, whatever. You can talk about things like that, and also too, you guys can give each other healthy advice in regards to your marriage. Because sometimes, like when we experience problems, you may feel like you don't have nobody that you can share your problems with.
Yeah.
So to be able to get with like-minded people, whether it be at a church or a community center or online as well, because we congregate online these days.
Yeah.
So I believe it's important because of the advice that we can get from like-minded people, especially people who love God.
Yes.
So schedule time. If you're part of a men's group, or you're part of a women's group, or a Bible study, wherever the case may be, if it's online or in person, make sure that you make time and that you dedicate yourself to being there with your friends, because it can actually help you in your marriage.
Yeah.
Getting advice from other married people.
Yeah.
And getting advice from single people. That's another tip, if I may. Like, listening to your single friend giving you advice about your marriage, they're just going to give you single advice.
Yes.
They're going to just help you to become single.
So
what do they know about being married? Respectfully, like, bro, really, like, you're giving me single advice. Like,
exactly.
But then you listening and you taking heed to it, because you feel some type of way, like, man, I wish my wife would
do all that.
Yeah, I was like, and now he's helping you. You think?
Yeah, and now you're just feeding into that negative energy. So
that entitlement, like you feel entitled, like
Yeah.
I feel like you should be doing this for me, and I'll be doing all of this for you. And then you're getting this negative advice from your single friend. He's making it worse. He's just throwing gas on the fire. And that fire is your pride.
Man, facts, you know, it's true. So maybe that even means that sometimes you guys save different conversations for different friends, right? So your single friends, you might leave different conversations for them versus your married friends. You might want to talk to your married friends a bit more about, you know, marriage stuff. When it comes to your single friends, you might want to talk about other things. Like, you can talk about so many things. You can talk about business. You could talk about sports. You could talk about all types of stuff. You know what I'm saying? So you might just want to lead those conversations to the single friend. Whereas, like, when it comes to marriage,
because they're not ready.
I mean, they're not married.
Yeah.
So it's different.
Yeah.
And people may not realize how different marriage is from being single, or how different marriage is from being in a relationship. But it really is a different spiritual shift, 100%. Later on, we will be talking to you guys a little bit more about that whole concept. But for now, we're going to continue on.
Yeah, because we can get off topic.
For sure. So yeah, those are some really good tips, babe.
Oh, yeah, thank you, babe. Well, you can tell that I have some experience.
Yeah, for sure.
They say what, experience is the greatest teacher or something like that? But it's true. I've experienced the advice that I'm sharing with you guys. And I've made some mistakes along the way, too. So.
Yeah.
And we're going to continue to make mistakes because we're only human.
For sure. So, to wrap it up, too, I would say, you know, when your friend is texting you and stuff like that as well, try to get back to them in a timely manner.
Yes.
You know, scheduling things out. At least, you know, maybe once a month. You know, I get it. We get busy. Mm-hmm. Life happens, especially as we get older. We got responsibilities. Some of us have children. So, obviously, we know it can get hectic. But there's even things that you can do with your friend without even physically being with your friend. For instance, like, I've noticed some people, they'll, like, plan movie nights with their friends where we're all watching the same movie, but we're all at home during
That's
COVID.
probably women probably do that more.
Oh, well, yeah, probably.
Hey guys, let's do a movie night. I don't know if that's going to sit well. Oh, it's a new millennium. I don't know. It's a different day. Guys probably do new movie nights now. I don't know.
Well, you know, men can do movie nights.
They can do that, yeah. Okay, well, let me get my avocado toast while I'm at it.
While you're at it in your man bun.
Yeah, I'm rapping my man bun. My man purse. Is that my man purse, man? I can't find it. Where's that?
I'll go get it for you. But yeah, you know, there's so many things that you could do to still spend time with your friends, even if you're not physically with your friends. Starting a book club. Maybe you guys are all reading the same book, and then you'll come together on the phone or something over FaceTime, and you'll be talking about the book. So there's lots of options, especially with, you know, being busy. You know, that you can still connect with your friends. You can still speak to them.
Start a YouTube channel. Start a podcast.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you guys can do that. You guys can help. You guys can share your content and connect with others. That way you guys are hanging out, but then also, too, we're creating together something productive that's going to serve people and it's going to connect with people. So you can hold on to your friendships to build business, build relationships with other people. So
yes,
absolutely.
100%.
Especially if you guys love talking sports all the time. Well, hey, you guys need to put that on YouTube. You guys go back and forth debate who's better, LeBron or Jordan. Y'all need to record that. Record them debates. Yeah. And you guys are hanging out and also connecting with other, you know, basketball heads.
For sure. And making more friends at that, you
know?
For sure. Through social media. So yeah.
Man, we're really nailing these questions, man.
Oh man, maybe yeah. Well, hey, we definitely have experience.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so is it my turn or is it your turn? Honestly, I don't really remember.
Let me go ahead and take it. We're going to switch it up. You guys, I know I'm probably jumping the gun, but let me just go with it. Let me go ahead and read it. Making new friends as a couple. We got to.
Yeah.
We have to connect with other married couples, from my opinion.
Yeah.
They're going to be able to relate. And it goes back to the point that we made earlier. Like if you're in a church group or something like that, or a community center, if you're online, you're in a, what they call it, Facebook chat? Or
Facebook group.
You're in a Facebook group. Well, you can congregate with other married people as well. It doesn't have to be physical. It can be online.
Yeah.
It can be through Zoom chat, or whatnot. But I believe that married folks, we have to connect with other married people. because we can relate.
Yeah.
We can help each other in regards to giving advice on our marriage. And I personally enjoy speaking to older married couples, like couples that have been married for like 30 years. Like,
Yeah,
I really
yeah.
enjoy it. And I've been blessed, like personally, like my parents, they've been married a long time. They've been married as old as I am. Like they've been married, they're like around like their marriage is around the same age as I am. So,
yeah, for sure. So,
but I love hearing advice from the elders because
Yeah.
our elders, the generation before us, they got married.
yeah,
And this generation, I don't know, we got some work to do. We got some work to do. We got to pick it up. We need to stop the gender wars. We need to come together. We need to start marrying one another, build relationships.
Yeah.
But also, too, we need to cultivate relationships online and within our community, if possible.
yes,
If you can get together with others in your city,
yeah.
I really encourage us to do so.
Those were really great points. Yeah, it's so true. You know, speaking to your elders who are married definitely will be able to give you a lot of great advice because the things that you're going through in your marriage, 9 times out of 10, they're not new. 9 times out of 10, someone has already gone through them and they can help you through them and let you know that's normal, you know? Also having friends that are like in couples, in marriages, it's just nothing like it because you're able to really relate. Like, oh yeah, those same common stuff that you're going through, yeah, I'm going through it too. Like, you don't have to feel like you're alone in this. No, we're here together. We're here with you. And not to mention, now you can start, instead of just you're going out with your girls or just you going out with your boys if you're a guy, like you guys can go out as a group, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's really fun, you know. You could go to Top Golf, different places like that.
And stop trying to compete with one another. Because it can turn into a competition.
Man,
Like,
yeah.
oh, we're more romantic than this married couple over here. Oh, let's show them, babe. Let's show them that we really love each other.
Oh yeah, no, yeah. Don't do that.
Yeah.
Just be yourself. Be
Yeah.
yourself in your marriage and your couples, and that's a really great way to bond. You know, so yeah, having that couples relationship.
I'm all like getting a chair for you, sitting you down. Like, well, we do that anyway. I try, you know.
Yeah.
I try. I believe that chivalry's not dead. Yeah, I try to open the door for you. You know.
Yeah.
But like all of a sudden with that other couple, like, man, I'm doing all these things.
I know, but hey, maybe that could be a little healthy competition right there. If it makes you better for your marriage, then hey, maybe it's a good thing.
yeah.
But yeah, but ultimately, yeah, having married friends is so important, you know, and it's something that me and my husband are still working towards.
Yeah.
You know, we want to make more friends.
I like to
that
connect
are
with y'all
married.
out there.
That's why.
Yeah.
That's one of the reasons why we're doing this. You know, because
We need some married friends, y'all. Well, I need some married friends.
we do want to connect with more married friends.
For
you
sure,
know?
for sure.
And yeah, so
And single friends too. Hey, you don't gotta necessarily be married to be my friend. I'm not saying that.
No.
But I really like hearing the wisdom from people who've been married a long time. 'Cause
Yeah.
we're 6 years within our marriage.
Uh-huh.
We known each other for 8 years.
Yeah, we've been together for about 8 years in August. So yeah.
But there's people, they've been married longer than they have not been married. That's how deep it gets.
Yeah, like your parents.
Yes,
you know, they
absolutely.
were telling us about that. You know,
It's beautiful. It
it's
really
very
is. Yeah.
beautiful. You know, and so yeah, obviously having single friends, there's nothing wrong with that. But having couples friends, it's definitely something that me and my husband are working more towards because it'd be great to be able to hang out as a group. You know, no one feels left out. No one feels like the third wheel in it.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, he had that single friend, like by himself.
You know, it's kind of like.
And we've done that too, you know.
Yeah.
Like, and one friend in particular, he would be on third wheel, and you know he's cool and all. You know, he's heckin' funny. You know, I'm going, but it's like, you know, there's times where, you know, he's in the back, he left out. You know.
Man, and we can go on and on about that, but
yeah, all right, we're kind of dragging them along.
You know, it happens sometimes, but you know, having those couples friends is definitely great to do if you're a married person.
And also too, it's reciprocal too, because hearing advice from people who've been married a long time. Well, I can imagine those couples that have been married for years. They love to give that advice to a younger marriage, like to people who just got married. They love to share that knowledge, to share that wisdom with the younger generation. And I think that's what we're meant to do. We're meant to help one another and,
Yeah.
and give each other some wisdom. And I love to do that as well. I love to go ahead and share, our experiences and the things that we've learned, the hard way or the mistakes that we learned from, that we've grown from, and just share that with you as well.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
it's reciprocal.
It's reciprocal. For those who are newlyweds, we're happy to help you guys. Hey, we're 6 years in, but guess what? In those 6 years, we've learned a lot, and also we're millennials. So we understand social media. We understand all the pressures that come in this day and age.
I can imagine some of the older schools, like some of the old schools. Now let me tell you something, youngster. It's cheaper to keep her. That's what it said. Of course.
That was an old
It's cheaper to
saying.
keep her. I think it's a song, right? It's one of the old R&B's.
Probably.
I feel like it is. If you know a song, put it in the chat.
But yeah. So yeah, having friends that are married, whether they're newlyweds, whether they've been at it for a very long time, either way, we can help each other out. You know what I'm saying? For the newlyweds out there that are in this generation right now, that are in their 20s, they're in their 30s. Hey, well, you know what? We understand that. We've been through that as well. So hey, if you need a friend,
Are we still in that category?
what?
Are we newlyweds still? Will we be placed? We're 6 years in. What y'all think?
I know. What do you guys
we
think?
6 years. Hey, some of the old timers, some of the people who've been married, let us know.
Yeah, let us know.
Are we over our heads?
Are we still newlyweds?
Yeah, are we over our heads? Do we think we've been married longer than we think, or what? But honestly, it feels like, it feels like we just got married like a
I
couple days
know.
ago.
It really doesn't feel like it's been 6 years. And you know what? It's been a very, very blessed 6 years. We've learned so much, and we've grown so much just within those 6 years. And I'm really excited.
Oh yeah,
to
I've been edified. Hey, she's been edifying me.
He's been edifying me as well. And I'm just
She's been pruning me and cutting things off that don't need to be there. Man, hey, I got a witness.
Yeah. But I'm just looking forward to our continued growth as well.
Absolutely.
Yes.
All right, let's get to the
All
next.
right. So I will do the next one. Navigating friendships with single friends.
Ooh.
Yes. We kind of touched on this a little bit, but we'll go a little bit deeper into it. Yeah. So, like we were saying earlier, you may want to do specific things with your single friends, right?
Yeah.
So you may not want to go super deep into relationship topics with them, like with your marriage. Yeah, it's cool to talk about like relationship stuff, what they're going through, whatever the case may be. But trying to go to them with all your problems and stuff like that, well, just understand that you're going to be getting advice from a single person that's never been married.
Right.
So you could take that with what you can take.
It's because their perspective, in my opinion, is from they have like a self-centered, not that they're arrogant and that they're prideful, but they're thinking about themselves because they're not in a relationship. Like, babe, like I think about you all the time. Like when we make decisions, we make decisions together. Like, I am one of the people that say, well, I'm the man, so I'm the boss, and no, we don't. You wouldn't even put up with that. you wouldn't even put up with that. So I wouldn't even try that. But I'm just saying, we make decisions together.
We do. Would you say we're co-bosses?
I would say we're co-bosses. I like that. Hey, we're co-bosses.
Co-bosses.
We're co-bosses. I know some of y'all men look at me like, oh, Jada, you crazy.
But yeah, it is. There's just a shift. There's a shift in your mindset when you're single versus when you're married. Because now, guess what? Your spouse comes first. Your spouse, biblically, your spouse comes first. You guys are one. So now, whenever you're considering anything, you can't just consider yourself.
And that's what single people do. They make decisions based on themselves.
What's best for them.
It's not just because I'm not, like I said, it's not because they're selfish. I'm not saying that.
It's just they're single. So
they're not one flesh. Like, we are one flesh. We are one. So, we are one. There's nothing that's going to go by. You're going to know everything. You're going to know about it.
Yeah, we make our decisions together. And when we're doing things, we have to think of one another.
Financial decisions together.
Financial decisions. And a lot of times,
what movie we're going to watch together?
Yeah.
I know you like when I make a choice. I think she just likes to swap my choices down.
No.
She wants me to be assertive and be assertive, be decisive, So I just choose a movie And, you know, she likes swatting it at the rim and choosing the movie that I guess we could both agree on, I guess.
I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't say that.
No. But sometimes she be swatting my choices.
Well, you know.
Well, I mean, you know, sometimes they're not the best choices. Sometimes I do it on purpose. Let me just choose a bad choice. To see what she say. 'Cause I know I can tell on her face she don't want to see that movie.
But yeah, you know,
especially if it's like really like martial arts or something like weak storyline. It's just a bunch of fighting, bunch of like weapons and bombs and like very masculine. Like
no Mortal Kombat, please.
No, or some Street Fighter. One of them kung fu movies, like you know, just kung fu, like.
Yeah. No, I must say that's not.
Unless they got a good storyline, like Rush Hour or something like that, with comedy.
And some good actors, some well-known actors. You know, then we'll definitely check those out. But
you mean tell me you don't want to watch one of them Chinese movies where you got to read the subtitles?
You know, no. I think I'm gonna have to pass on that.
Oh man, those are classics. I know some of y'all listening know about that. The classics.
But yeah, so you may just want to do different things with your single friends versus your married friends, you know, and you may want to monitor the conversations that you're having with your single friends versus your married friends, because I know that me and my husband, we know from experience that, you know, when we're talking to our single friends about, you know, stuff in the relationship, they're looking at it from like their perspective, and and the advice that they're giving is just based on what we should do for ourselves versus looking at it as a whole.
And it's based on like, it's almost like, depending on the individual, depending on our experiences and our circumstances. But if you got a friend and, hey, they've been cheated on, they've been done wrong, they might have trust issues based on other people who have hurt them, whether it's another man that hurt them or another woman that hurt them. So they're giving you advice from a perspective of lack of trust, of trauma.
Yeah, they are. They're giving you that trauma response from what they've gone through in the past, and now they might they might freak you out about something that is not even going on. You know, you might be telling them, oh, well, you know,
men are all dogs. Right?
Yeah,
you know, you can't trust them.
You can't trust them, and you know, so that.
And it gets deep because we see it. Hey, we see it in our communities. We see the propaganda online, you know, on the media. We see what they trying to do with the gender war and all that, you know. So there's definitely that. We're not going to go into that. It's definitely doesn't say that. You looked at me like, let's not go there. We're not going to go there, but that's another show, another time. Yeah. It can appear that, hey, there's not a lot of good men out there, and you know they're giving you a perspective of lack, of trauma. Also too, because we've seen it on media, we see it in movies. Hey, we've even seen it in our own households. We see it, and so it's just difficult for that single person in particular to give you solid married advice. And, hey, they've been done wrong.
Yeah, they've been done wrong, and then they're thinking about it from a soul perspective of me, myself, and I. Right? Not saying that they're selfish. That was a hit.
I'm glad SZA remade that too.
Okay.
It's like a loved one. It was like one of those good songs that SZA made too.
Yes.
A lot of her songs I don't know.
Shout out to SZA.
Yeah. And Beyonce.
and Destiny's Child. But anyway, they're looking at it from a perspective of me, myself, and I, literally, and they want you to look at the situation with just you in mind, but you can't look at the situation with just you in mind because you're married now. So you're one flesh with somebody else. So that other person always has to be in consideration when it comes to decisions. For instance, you might come to your single friend and you might tell them like, oh, well, I wish I could do X, Y, and Z. I want to do this right now, da-da-da-da. And they might be like, well, why aren't you doing that? And when you already done discussed with your spouse why you haven't done that yet, or why things are, working out the way that they are, but automatically, the single friend, they're just going to be thinking like, well, why aren't you just doing what's best for you? It's like, well, because it's no longer just about me anymore.
Yeah. And let's continue to hang out with our single friends. Let's not cut them off.
Yeah.
But let's be mindful of how much time we do spend, not just with our single friends, but also with our married friends as well. But if you hang around your single friends too much, if you dwell around your single friends, you're gonna start picking up their behaviors. and you're gonna start acting single in front of your wife or in front of your husband.
Mm-hmm.
That's not gonna go well.
No.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Woo,
Perfect.
man.
Yeah, we getting down to it.
And so we wrapping up right now, family. We wrapping it up.
Yes. All right. Well, let's go ahead on and let's just go over kind of just some general things that we can end with for you guys. Some key takeaways that we have. You want to get us started, baby?
Yes. We've talked about this topic thoroughly.
Yeah.
We went pretty thorough on here. I would just say, it's not cliche, family. This is not cliche. Let's make sure that we keep God first.
Yes.
Let's keep Yah first in our lives.
Yes.
Let's keep Yah first in our relationships. And let's keep, and those relationships involve, obviously, our marriage. And also, too, let's keep God first within our friends. The friendships that we have with our friends. Let's make sure that we keep God first.
Yes, 100%.
Because we forget that. We think that we got it all under control. Or that we got all the answers, that we can handle it.
Mm-hmm.
No, that's wrong. That's far from, that's nowhere near the truth. So let's remember to rely on the Most High, because the Most High has all the answers for us.
Yes.
And let's continue to pray.
Yes.
Let's also remain to be humble. Yes. Just because we married don't mean we got stunt on the single friends.
Uh-huh.
So let's be mindful with that, family.
100%.
And let's continue to connect with one another.
Wow, that's really great. I 100% agree with you, babe. Yeah.
And that's like a first. You usually don't 100% agree with me.
Oh,
yeah, I'm sorry. No, we agree a lot, actually.
We do. Sometimes we don't like each other's tone about it, but
We disagree on tone. Like, the words on point. Like, you're like, why are you guys even arguing?
Right.
I don't like the way you said that.
Yeah. I didn't like how you said that.
No, we don't have it. I'll cut you off.
No, it's not good. No, I was just saying, I 100% agree. Always keep the Most High, God, first in everything that you do. For sure, He is your guiding light. Outside of that, make sure you're spending time with your friends. There's so many ways that you can connect with your friends, and you don't necessarily have to physically be present with them. Obviously, we live in a time where we're all busy. There's a lot going on, but it's still important to take time out to spend with your friends, and with your single friends and with your married friends, you may want to come up with different activities for each one, and you may want to be mindful about what you're talking to with your single friends,
That's right.
And also you may want to space out how much you're hanging out with your single friends ultimately, because single people are going to want to do what single people do, right? They're going to want to be in the club, they're going to want to go out, and do certain things, and as a married person, you don't want to put yourself in a compromising position. You don't want to put yourself in a space, in an area where you start slipping up, You want to be mindful of those things. So definitely be mindful, but definitely take that time out to make sure that you're spending time with your friends, so that the absence makes the heart go fonder with your spouse, right?
Right.
And also, try to connect with others. Try to connect with other couples, and give help where you can. Serve others where you can, and connect on social media.
That was a beautiful summary. Wow, you summed that up.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, that was beautiful. Well, I think that's just about it. I think we got to go because we got some stuff to do.
Uh-huh.
I'm sure you got things to do as well.
Yes,
So
indeed.
let's get up out of here.
Let's get up out of here. Well, guys,
Until next time,
this is Jazz.
this is Jaden.
See you guys.
Peace.